Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. It's musical day on the TED Show, maybe musical Wednesdays. I don't know. I love the theme. I'm here with the talented Alyssa Walker. She is an artist, a performer. We're going to talk about making the connection, and she's going to give us a little 411 on that, share her journey, and then, of course, she's going to perform for us toward the end of the show. You can check her out on AlyssaWalkerMusic.com. We'll share that a bunch of times. Welcome, Alyssa. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you
I
today?
am great. I'm happy to have you. You got that California energy, low, chill. Nothing's going to bother you today, and I love that. So I told you before we went live that the audience loves origin story. They want to know about you. They want to know if you performed in front of your parents, if you always knew you wanted to be a musical artist. So give us a little background on you.
Yeah, I'm from San Diego. Sorry, I'm trying to share on Facebook and I'm struggling.
Sometimes it doesn't. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay,
We'll share it later, I promise.
okay, cool. My grandma played guitar growing up, and she would always play, in my classroom and stuff. And when I was 6 years old, she bought me my first guitar, and then She taught me how to play the basics, and then we would go to my elementary school and play together and sing like little songs for all the kids, and that's kind of where I um, started singing and playing guitar. And then from then, just as I grew up, I was always into writing songs, always made these little silly songs. And then in middle school, I started writing like real songs, and then got guitar lessons because I kind of surpassed my grandma after a bit. And then, yeah, in high school, I released my some songs on Spotify, made a
Wait, so you
website,
knew
started
all the way,
playing
you knew in
gigs.
high school?
Sorry, what?
You knew in high school, you knew that that's what you wanted to do. You had gained that much knowledge and all that stuff, and you had you had honed your craft of songwriting all back in high school. I love that.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty. I would say freshman year is like I recorded my first song at home, and then junior and senior year I recorded more songs professionally and released that. And yeah, and then when I was 15, I played at my first open mic. Shout out to Martin Coughlin. He hosted it and then gave me my first gig there. And then from then, I just started getting more gigs around town, and now still play weekly at all around San Diego. So yeah, it's been a journey. Went off to college, was a music major, switched to sociology, have a minor in music, so that's kind of like a backup, but definitely taking this time to pursue music full time.
What's that
But
like?
yeah, this kind of have that.
What's that like in this day and age? How was so pursuing music full time? That's a dream. Obviously, it's your passion. You're passionate about it. You love
Mhm.
music. What was that like in 2020? How did you pivot? Because obviously everything shut down.
Yeah.
California is just now coming. Florida, of course, we've been open almost since I don't know. Feels like day one. California, you had a lot of shutdowns. So, what was 2020 like for you? Did you focus more on your songwriting then? Did you become collaborative in your songwriting? Did you do a lot of these kinds of performances so you could keep in front of your audience? What did you do?
Yeah, so it sucks because I had gigs lined up, they all got canceled. And then I was in my last year of college, so that was all online. So that just wasn't fun in general. But I did a lot of live streams. That was kind of what I did. I wrote some songs, but honestly, it was really hard to be motivated. Like I tried, but it was just a weird time. But yeah, just kind of practicing, doing live streams. I definitely miss gigging. Like once it was okay to play again, like I've just been playing nonstop. Especially now that I graduated college, like I have finally have time, like all the time to gig. So that's been really fun. But yeah, mostly just live streams and yeah, just working at home,
What
recording.
did you get your? Because I think a lot of people just tried to figure it. They honed their craft, right? So you worked on playing and practicing. But 2021, it's come back. So are you back? You mentioned it, but just reiterate to them. You're back out touring, for lack of a better word, doing gigs. Um,
Mhm.
are you back to? Are you feeling more motivated in your songwriting? And then Tell us where you get your inspiration for your songs. Are they all autobiographical? Or are they sometimes just observation or a combination of both?
Yeah, so I would say lately songwriting's been hard because like back when I released a bunch of songs, I went through a really bad heartbreak, and so like I was so motivated. I was writing song after song, and they were I think my best songs I've written. So in that sense, I'm not as motivated because I've been in a happy relationship for 4 years, so I have to find kind of other stuff to write about.
The
I mean,
happy
I can write
doesn't seem
happy
to
love songs,
translate.
but there's only so many I can do. Um, but yeah, I would say all the songs I've released have been autobiographical. Yeah. This new song that we'll talk about is just about stuff I've seen in other relationships. So it's not personally about me, but it's about like friends. And lately, I just wrote a song that is not about me. I just kind of had to make up a scenario. So I've been doing that in some cases, or just like going back to how I felt when I was heartbroken, or just finding other stuff. Like I released a song called Different this year, and it was about like how COVID has changed our whole lives basically. And it's super cheesy, but um, so yeah, I just find other stuff to write about besides love, basically.
Well, I
Um,
think it's
yeah,
interesting to me because most artists come on and they say the same thing. When they're happy, they don't feel as
yeah,
inspired because they're in a
exactly.
happy place. And it's the
Yeah.
negative emotions, the sadness, the heartbreak, and all of that that seems to be, you got to get that feeling out. You got to express it. You
Mm,
got to birth it. What about when you're up performing a song that you've written? Do you go back to the place you were at, especially if it was autobiographical? Do you go back? Do you
yeah.
get emotional on stage?
I would say not anymore. It depends what song it is and how old the song is. There's some that are like really sad that I can kind of go back there and get sad about it if I get really into the song. But I would say no. I mean, yeah, it really just depends on what song it is.
I get
But
it. I get it. I think a
yeah,
lot of people, I think we always wonder, right? If you've written a song, if every time you sing it, a lot of artists, especially long-term artists, they get tired of singing certain songs, even though it might be their most popular song. So they actually grow to hate it, hate it.
yeah. I don't know how artists do that because I have a set list I play every gig and I just have to switch it up constantly because I'm like I'm so sick of these songs now, and I'm like, dang, like popular artists cannot switch it because they have to play the songs people love, and they're probably just so sick of it. Although if you're feeding off the crowd, it's probably a lot more fun to
Yes.
sing. Like you probably kind of just
So
whatever.
I pulled making the connection from either your bio or from your website. You mentioned how you really love to make a connection with the audience, with the people who watch you and engage with you. What does that mean to you? Does that mean you like to see their emotions? You like their feedback? Tell us about what making a connection or making the connection is.
Yeah, I love performing because yeah, getting feedback from the audience, just seeing them react to it. I mean, yeah, it's definitely there's a few scenarios where it's amazing. Like usually they always compliment me, but also playing serious songs and being like, "Wow, I relate to that," or "I'm going through that," but then also just making people happy. Like I'll play songs I'm sick of if it gets the audience happy, and like in the mood for a good day, just changing lives. I have a song called Anxiety that I released, and a lot of people are like, wow, this song really helped me. I for me, I released it because I was so insecure about my anxiety, and just putting it out there made me realize like how common it is. And people are like, wow, like I really needed that. And I'm like, that's what I'm here for. That's what I want to
Right.
do. Make
It
people feel like,
resonated with people,
yeah, that is my goal in music, is to
making the
help
connection.
somebody out. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so tell us what you're going to perform and a little history on it, and then I'm going to take myself off and let you sing your song. Here we go.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so speaking of making a connection, this song I don't want people to relate to it, but I'm sure a lot of people can. It's called Run, And I basically wrote this about a friend. I mean, a few friends, honestly, it could be about who just were in some bad relationships and just watching them go through it and just being like, kind of giving them advice, just telling them like, you need to get out of this. And so, yeah, that's what this song is about.
Awesome.
Uh,
Fantastic.
yeah, I hope it brings awareness to like the signs of a bad relationship, and I hope it can help somebody say something or someone in a relationship realize. And yeah, this
All
is the
right.
acoustic version. It's super pop, so.
All right,
But
Alyssa
this is
Walker,
not.
guys.
You need to learn to say no. You know it's time to go. Before he hurts you again, you know he will. Just cause you love him, I know you love him, doesn't mean that it's okay. Need to get it through your mind that he ain't worth the fight. When he pushes you to the ground, are you really thinking you should stick around? Why don't you just say goodbye? Get out of here, see it worth the fight. You don't want this to end, but you're gonna lose all your friends. Don't you know that this isn't what love should be like? Cause you love him, I know you love him, doesn't mean that it's okay. Need to get it through your mind that he ain't worth the fight. When he pushes you to the ground, are you really thinking you should stick around? Why don't you just say goodbye? Get out of here, see worth the fight. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. When he pushes you to the ground, are you really thinking you stick around? Why don't you just say goodbye? Get out of here, see it worth the fight.
I love, it's funny. I take myself off. First of all, beautiful. I take myself off because what if you're bad? My face would not be able to hide that. That was so good. I didn't even like. I really just paid attention to what you were singing and saying, and your voice has a very old soul sound to it. But I love
Thank
the words of that. I really listened since you gave us the intro. I really listened and I loved what you wrote. I thought that was beautiful. Great, amazing voice. Gorgeous.
Thank
So
you.
when you sing it, I have to ask. I know it's
Uh-huh.
not autobiographical. This is about a lot of friends or people. Do
Mhm.
you go back to that moment when the friend told you or you knew? And I just always wonder what an artist is thinking as they're performing. Are you going, God, I've got to get it's almost lunchtime, and that's fair. I absolutely appreciate the honesty. But what are you thinking when you perform that song?
So it's funny. So the person I wrote this about, she broke up with her boyfriend. So I wrote this song after, because she would always talk to me about it, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So I came home one day, and I wrote the song in like 20 minutes. Like it just came out of me because I was really passionate about it, which are my best songs, in my opinion, are the ones you can write really quick.
Yes.
But then I was like, I can never release this because she's still with him. So then they broke up, and I was like, great. I can
Guess
record
what?
it.
Hello, this song is.
And then I recorded it, and then like literally like I think like the day after I finished recorded it, she was like, we got back together. So
No.
so now when I sing it, I'm just like, this is awkward. But then I have another friend it could be about. they ended it and she's good now. So I'm like, I'm just gonna focus on that.
Focus on that one. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny. I mean, it's just kind of awkward. It's just what I
It
think
was
about.
beautiful. I loved the message. We had a bunch of love for the message too. So tons and tons of love from the audience on that. All right. So the best part about this is, guys, you can support artists, creatives like Alyssa. I want you to downstream their music, but I'm going to say it because she might not. Buy their music, support them, buy their merch if they have it. Follow them on social media, which costs you nothing. Support them, share, engage with them. That's the way that they build their brand and they get their music out to more people. So, Alyssa, having said that, what is the best way for people to find you and do exactly that with Alyssa Walker?
Yes, so you can find me on my website, Alyssa Walker Music. All my socials, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, they're all at Alyssa Walker Music, and you can check me out there. And I'm also on Spotify and Apple Music, all the streaming platforms, which is also links on my website, or you can just search Alyssa Walker on there.
Fantastic. You're amazing. You guys go to alyssawalkermusic.com. You can find her on all social media at Alyssa Walker. And if that doesn't work, get to me and I will get you to Alyssa. Support her, get her music, and let's let this creative show the world what she can do. Thank you, Alyssa, for being on the show. It was awesome. Come back anytime.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. All right. We'll